Today I want to take you along on one of the most incredible train rides in the world. The Sri Lanka Kandy to Ella train. Guys, short timing. We're tight. We're heading to the train station. Going to a place in Sri Lanka I've never been before. From one of the most beautiful places probably in all of Sri Lanka. Let's go. So we're right now in the Arunya Resort, heading out. The train is in an hour. Whew. We have a nice Arunya Kandy Sri Lanka book. This book and pencil are handmade with love from locally sourced natural and recycled materials. Wow. Alrighty guys, so here we are, Kandy train station. Let's say it like that. I think this train, which is going to LA, is one of the most popular ones. First class, I think it's a bit hard to get. Usually I'm not too far in advance. But coming from the hotel in the mountains, I didn't want to risk, let's say, not getting a ticket at all. Usually you can always get like second class, third class standing, but then you're gonna stand there for 6 hours. It looks actually pretty busy here at the station, so what I did is I bought the tickets through a travel agency the hotel connected me with. And already the guy at the hotel was like, oh yeah, they do crazy prices. So I would be actually curious if anybody knows. This ticket here is third class reserved seat, so we're gonna have an assigned seat, but also it costs like $14. I know regular like ticket probably would be $1 or so, maybe reserved seats probably a good bit more, but yeah, paid 14 bucks for that ticket. Still obviously very good to have, just pretty much paying for the peace of mind in this case. Usually I'm a bit more, yeah, whatever, gonna stand, gonna fly, gonna hang off the wagon, whatever it may be, it's gonna work. But yeah, made sure gonna have a seat. 6-hour ride to Ella, a place I've never been to before. Been in oh, this thing just pooped a good load. Last time I was in Sri Lanka, I didn't want to do that long train ride, but let's see. It cost 2,400, which is like $8. I paid 28. It's a $10 booking fee for them. God bless. Peace of mind fee. What do you think? Scam? No, I think it's fine. $10. Alrighty, so back there is very busy. Here is nice and quiet, and looks actually really good. Alrighty, so what can I say? Actually, it's much better than expected. In some ways, it's even better than sometimes first class. So here's some type of camera crew. This is how the seating area looks. So we're sitting over there. And honestly, so you cannot really, doors closed here. You cannot really tell properly which class it is, so to say. So there's no air conditioning here, but open windows, ventilator, should be a nice breeze. And honestly, this is more expensive. For me, it was more expensive than the first class. There's like $6-7, but first class basically air conditioning cabin. And here it's very nice. I think it depends on the condition of the train. This one seems to be a bit newer, at least this cabin. Yeah. Little bathroom check, so alright. And my camera crew is here as well. They're shooting a documentary on me. It is the camera Inception. So they're shooting a movie on caffeine addiction, and I'm guilty. Alrighty guys, but before we continue today's video, overlooking the ocean right now, quick word from today's video sponsor, Level8. You see, for quite a while now I've been traveling with this amazing carry-on suitcase, Level8 generally. The quality, the build, this is their aluminium Gibraltar suitcase. I've also have a check luggage with them. They have so many different functional options on their website. They have a lifetime limited warranty on them. You can also check out their Instagram. Sometimes they're giving away a suitcase for free. They have some exclusive discounts every once in a while. But I'm telling you one thing. My code Danny15 will give you 15% off their entire range. I absolutely love the aluminum suitcase. Many people that have been watching my videos got it as well, but personally also their Pro carry-on looks very convenient with a laptop sleeve for quick access, and some of their checked luggages, especially the one with the wide grip, looks like you can put in even more things in there. So really innovative, but at the same time super high quality suitcases. If you're planning any time soon a trip, wherever it might be, Dubai, Kuala Lumpur, Sri Lanka, Bali, there's hundreds of different countries, but I'm telling you, there's no other suitcase just like Level 8. I came up with that on the fly right now, so guys, I'll leave all the details in the description, and let's get back to today's adventure. We are about 3 hours into this adventure, and I have to tell you, I've heard about this train right now. I heard like, hey, it's really nice. People are leaving, so the reserved seats, good to have, worth paying for it, but seats are fairly small, so I think I'm on a roll with it. Tight, standing outdoors, hanging out a little bit. So the scenery is really something else. So there's not like one place that is like particularly scenic, most of it. Some less, some more. Good luck. See you. Thank you. Have a good day. So, I'm Emil here. Okay, arrived in the town of Ella. I have to tell you, the ride was a bit longer than expected. I think over 6 hours from Kandy. Very, very scenic. People are extremely excited on the train. So, in some ways, I would call it the tourist trap in the sense that it's filled. Not like the Kandy train, not like the other ones, not like the coast trains. Everybody tries to get the legendary train shot, which I got out of my system the first time I was in Sri Lanka. So be ready, be ready. It's a beautiful ride, one of the most scenic rides in the world probably. As I said before, there's like no one place where I'm like, oh my god, this is the highlight. Multiple waterfalls, tea plantations, so much. But yeah, let's get it going. Let's walk, check in somewhere, and then we're gonna see what Ella is about. Alrighty, so just dropped off the luggage at the first hotel that looked decent next to the train station. Not gonna be here for long. Mainly came to see this epic legendary bridge. But it's still not too late. Weather looks nice, so let's head out. Let's see what Ella is all about. The schedule is a little bit tight in Sri Lanka, mostly focusing on like different, let's say, secluded areas, but I'm sure it's a great city. It's very, very popular, as you have seen from the train station. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, all right. So first of all, I haven't seen anything of the city, but coming in reminds me a bit of Ubud in Bali, just kind of like a street passing through, typical Sri Lanka style. One away to cafe. Look, actually pretty good. Let's go. So the last time I was in Sri Lanka, this was one of the few towns I didn't feel like taking a long train ride to. I was pretty sure it's gonna be a sick ride, but it was 9 hours from Colombo. I decided to go to the beaches, so I'm very happy to go here. Afterwards, going to be going to the city of Nurelia, but I have to say I can see why it's so popular. Like, it's very developed in the sense of really nice large cafes, chill cafe, and tourism is probably the most busiest I have seen in all of Sri Lanka so far. Like, yes, on the coast mostly tourism, obviously, but it's the beach, you know. And even if you walk on the street here, it feels like 80-90% are people. And I would say the biggest reason is the 9 Arc Bridge, which we're definitely going to go to. The other one, there's supposed to be some waterfalls, and generally the whole region, it's kind of cooler. Like, walking around, I guess would be like 24-25 degrees, so not cold, still can keep it nice and unbuttoned, tropical, good roll to see style. but also the scenery. Like you're seeing pretty much large mountains. Yeah, I have to tell you, it really reminds me of Ubud, like souvenir shops. Of course, the tricycle, that's a purely, especially those ones, the way they look. In every country kind of like different. And what I find is actually quite interesting is that I feel like the name TukTuk got popularized through the Thai TukTuk, and I find that in recent years they called it TukTuk all over. But I guess tricycle is how you call it. Nice big healthy dog. So let's see, there's supposed to be some waterfall down the road. Later probably sit down in one of those cafes. But yeah, I have to say, in terms of the tourism infrastructure, is actually pretty nice. Like I already saw 4 or 5 places I would sit down in. So let's see what else we can find here. A supermarket. Let's get a drink. I would say the train ride overall, to summarize that, I think the first class experience is definitely, I'm sure it's nicer. Air conditioning is nice to have in the first part. Actually, then it gets pretty chilly. I had to put my shirt back on. And the third class reserved is actually really nice. I don't know if all the trains are new like that, but actually it surprised me in many ways. As I said, I probably overpaid majorly for it. I saw on the ticket around $10, but I think it was worth it because just stopped by the train station, and there it said that no reservations until Friday. So for the next 3 days, cannot buy reserved tickets. In the next couple of days, going to be going to a different town. Probably will have to either get a taxi or most likely stand in the train. So just a couple of steps outside of the city, we're starting to see the scenery, mountains, rocks. Whew, pretty nice. So 20-minute walk, could take a tuk-tuk as well, but it's downhill. Don't know how we're gonna get back up, but let's see. Hello, how much to 9 arches?
It's 2,000.
How much?
2,000.
No, that's crazy.
You want to go and come back or just
On the way.
one day it's 1,000.
1,000? Yeah, I don't know about that. We can do 600. All right, thank you. Good morning. The 9 Arches Bridges adventure begins, and I think the biggest adventure is getting there. So the Pick Me app is corrupted. You cannot order it. Some local drivers are accepting it, then canceling it, sending you awkward messages. It's interesting. And basically it's like what usually in Sri Lanka is a $2-3 tuk-tuk ride easily goes up here to a $10 ride for like 9 minutes. So let's see what we can do. Let's say like that, $4 is the budget. 5-minute drive the road. That's a tourist town for you. The tuk-tuk, 10-minute walk down, he said. I feel like he drove us already pretty far, so a lot of people walking already. Nice guy. You know, that is the thing about when you're like in a very touristy town, is just like you get on with the driver and you're like, I don't know if this is gonna end the way it should. So oh, there's some pick-me driver calling. So you see this one over there? Actually, I was planning to stay here, but yesterday when I arrived already was a little bit later. I thought, hey, let's explore the city a little bit. And overall, with sort of complications, ways of getting around, I think it's the right choice. If you're only here for a couple of days, stay in the city, then get out here. But looks really nice, and honestly, the accommodation prices are pretty good in Ella. Like this would have been like $25 or something. I mean, simple room, but still the location. Yep, a couple of guest houses and Down we go. Down we go. It's a pretty simple hike. Sorry? 5 minutes, I guess, yeah. So here we are, approaching the bridge. I would say it looks somewhat how I expected. Obviously, it's not a huge bridge. It's over 100 years old, built here by the British during their colonial empire. And what I saw is that actually during that time, because of the First World War, they were missing a bunch of metals, or let's say they used them differently. So it's a stone wall, cement bridge, and it looks really cool, obviously. As expected, it's really nice and busy. I guess everybody's waiting for the train. Hope they will get off the rails by the time the train's here, but yeah, very, very picturesque. Gonna look for some nice angles. I think at 6:30 a.m., 9:30 a.m. and some other times the train is theoretically passing through. Let's walk on it a little bit, I guess. Возьмешь на секундочку? So let's see what we see from it. Kind of like one big rail in the middle passing through, and what I heard is there's also a lot of bees around here, so should be careful with like flying drones and stuff like that. But yeah, pretty cool. Palm trees. No, it's more like it's palm trees all around it, and a couple of little camps, little cafes on the corners. So yeah, really not a big bridge, but the fact that they kind of like build it off the two cliffs connecting it, and the fact that 100 years ago this was just basically to transport people. Going back, the train should pass by in like 5 minutes. I have to tell you, I would see this place as kind of like a photo postcard location. Absolutely aesthetic, super nice, got a history behind it, but at the same time, probably every time the train passes through here, it's mostly like a photo spot, like many of these places. If you have heard, if this is the first thing you find when you research a country, you always can expect a huge crowd basically. But still, if you're in the area, I'm seeing all these guest houses around here. As I said, I actually plan to even to stay here, and I think this is the best way to go, because if you stay here for 2-3 days, you're gonna see all the trains you want to see. Hang on your balcony, there's a little cafe might go up there. So I would say that's also usually my go-to with places like that. Set yourself up somewhere. Yep. So let's see what's going on here. So in many ways I would say this is the go-to spot upstairs. People kind of standing in line, train just passed by. Really nice, man. It's like a 15-second experience at the end of the day. And I actually have to honestly say, even when the train is not passing, the aesthetics are real. Let's see if we can get some aerials out of this. So I would say, if you're like traveling Sri Lanka, have a bit of an itinerary, it's one of the stops you pass by, see the train, definitely worth it. But at the same time, for me, that's what kind of why I didn't come last time. It's mostly just for the photo, of which I have plenty. All right, let's see. Gonna pass through here. Oh, busy traffic. So over here, right by the train, some corn business going on. Nice on wood fire. So, whew. Well, that has been it. Little stopover in Della. We're rolling out. I would say if you're on a trip in Sri Lanka, probably one of the best places to come to. Just the ride, the train ride here, the scenery. The bridge is legendary, but it's one of those monuments, you know, that you have seen. was a bit tricky, get some nice shots. Didn't fully get what I wanted, but life is long, as I like to say, and generally I'm always a bit chill about different places. Second visit in Sri Lanka, maybe I would say for me, if I'm on a road trip, have a car, maybe nice motorbike, this area definitely see myself exploring the next couple of years. So yeah. Next up, keep it a bit of a secret. Let's say it like that. I don't call Sri Lanka the supreme tea leader for no reason. See you in the next one.